Hello. Make sure I get everything set. Perfect. I think it's perfect. It's Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday. So, as the music suggests, we're working out. Or working it out. It being me. It being my ass. Hello, respect. You do win. You commented before it even registered that someone's viewing. Holden Caulfield, you win second place. How are you? See, it even called you number 2 before it registered that respect is number 1. That's how fast he is. Okay? Ooh, first held for review. Dennis says bulge alert. Wee woo, wee woo. Someone call the bulge police. Respect says duck. Hello, bro. How are you, Holden? You party? Okay, it's Monday. So, we had a little scary story party last night. Intentionally, what's up, my dude? What's up is work is over. Thank Christ. And the true work begins. Today we're doing legs. Scott says, hey, be good or be good at it. Or both. Love and respect to you, good sir. You too, Scott. How you doing, man? Has today been a decent day? Oh, trying to do a little more cardio. Work out my heart a little bit. Hard to please guy. Really? Fernando de Pessoa did not watch the World Cup? What an asshole. What an asshole. Let's see. Can I don't think I can go to the pedal. Okay. Let's try and get this on here. Okay, left hand. This is difficult. Come on, we're almost there. I feel like it's crooked. Actually, let's get the total for Fernando, because we're doing that for the others. Yeah, it looks like I'm drunk biking. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Nice. Okay, hard to please guy. Giving Marshmallow a run for his money. Because we are now at the racer. Your vote today brings us up to a solid 20. That's pretty good. You're catching Glenn Powell. Oops. Driving, I'll get back to you. Yes, please. Drive safe, sir. Respect says drive safely. Stay off the phone. Jelly says, when did you start? I'm late, always late. It's been 4 minutes, Jelly. Give yourself a little bit of grace. You're an hour late, Jelly. Ah, shit. I blew the bit. Comedy says, fucking hilarious. So are you, Comedy Mothership. That's the name of the Joe Rogan place in Texas, right? Didn't they just make his favorite substance illegal? Hopefully I don't raid the comedy place. Respect says, just kidding. Hard to please, guy. He said, Obrigado. Aiden says, Dad. Yes, son? Son, you're late to stream. You're grounded. Right, how people like dance on the treadmill? Mothership says it is, but I am not that. Having a chart of what people have called you is brilliant. Thank you. It was one of my viewers' suggestions very early on. Hayden says, I miss you, come home. They're out of cigarettes everywhere I go, okay? And you know, I only do the, my favorite brand. Respect that face. Jelly says, I'm back. Sorry. It's okay. Jelly Donut, have you always been Jelly Donut XL? So I don't read, like, the numbers at the end. So, like, to me, when I think of respect importance, it doesn't have a number after it. Aiden says, Dad, can I come over? Well, son, did you win the football scholarship yet? Because you know you have to live your father's life so that he can vicariously through you experience the things that he could never get himself. Respect says he changed his name and photo. No, I'm still Jelly Donut 99. I didn't have time to switch it over. Oh, interesting. It's hard to do and... What am I looking at? It's a face. Is that your face? Aiden says, Dad, I'm going to bed. I love you. Well, I love you too, son, but I'd love you more if you got the scholarship. Respect says, oh boy, we got a multi-account. Ah, I see. Doing a little shape-shifting. Jelly says, I've always had that other account, Respect. I just want to start doing something other than auto content. Oh, yeah. Well, and that's like a very specific niche where, if you don't get gearheads in your next, expansion. I know someone that tried to do a channel about their own personal stuff. They made one video about doing a repair on a motorcycle. Got like 100,000 views. And so, it's a lot of people going to YouTube I've gone to YouTube for car stuff. Respect says nice. How's the little baby foal, Respect? She got her sea legs underneath her? I just wish I could change the music from here. Today we're doing glutes, glute heavy. I'm doing a little cardio because it's good for me or whatever. And I just don't want to do a bunch of quad stuff today. So right now I'm at 4 out of 8 on the resistance scale for the bike. I'll slowly crank that up. Let's see, how long have I been doing this? Not 10 minutes. I'll crank it up in like 1 minute, and then we'll slowly work into a harder push. And then once we're thoroughly cooked in here, get working on the cake. Oh. How's our Mondays been? Respect says, oh boy, I had to creep and look, Jelly, I wanted to start auto, but I always wanted to go into commentary, or I don't know. I got stuck with auto. So I figured I'd venture out as XL. Sure. Well, and it's like you can have the multiple accounts. So a lot of people would argue that I should have done that as well. Like I went heavily into karate, but when I picked up the channel again and then I started live streaming, now 1,000 of my followers are from the live streams, not just the karate content. So it took some time, right? But now I'm at the point now where the videos that I'm tagging as comedy versus sports, they are landing. And they're getting like, honestly, my old live streams are getting more attention than my the videos I like pre-recorded and edited and all that shit. So it can take a while to change the algorithm. So the royal they always suggest just like doing multiple accounts. But see, yours is Jelly Donut something, so that works a lot easier. And Josh says, hey Kyle, do a real workout. But then I'd have to prove myself, and you know I'm completely incapable. Jelly says, yes, you can roast me. LOL, you're dying to. Intentionally says, I'm here for your personality. Thank you. And that's what I realized is like, a lot of the martial arts people, I mean, they were martial artists, but people weren't sticking around for karate. So I was like, well, fuck it, you know? Because I can't do karate, my body can't take it anymore. So I have another channel. It has like no subscribers and it has like 2 videos. I started to do like commentary specific, but then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going back to the channel. I just want to do live streams, you know. It's worked out really well. Scott has been busy trying to hustle up the money for my air. Oh, yeah, the $8,000. I can't catch a break this year. First, Melissa, then my air, and kids' birthdays, etc. Got to be a plan in this somewhere. Well, and, you know, I'm sure that your kids are going to understand, right? I mean, they're going through it all as well. So, look, there have been times where people in my family have been hard up for money. And I told them, like, you better not get me a Christmas gift because you can't be getting stuff. And this is a conversation I want to have with everyone before monetization kicks in. You should not be spending money that you don't have for an obligatory thing like that, you know? The plan, Scott, is that you hit this low really hard, and the strength that it takes is going to propel you. I mean, after this year, what the hell else is going to be able to shake you? You know what I mean? I know that's easier to say now, but you know, you got a roof, you got your kids. There's always, you know, you can always do a big birthday later when you get, you know, things in order too. So you got to take care of yourself first, Scott, but you can't take care of other people if you don't take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You need the power and resources and ability to take care of others. So, you know, don't feel guilty about, you know, getting what you need in order to, you know, do what you want to do after that. Respect says, I'm not going to roast you. Josh, where are the heavy dumbbells? Dumbbells are behind me. I've got over 100 pounds of plates in the corner. You can't really see. I don't know. Get your arms swole. Well, Josh, why don't you watch yesterday's stream and you can see the massive pump I had. We did upper body yesterday. Armando says his name, Armando Montes de Oca. And he says hi, hello. Jelly says it's very hard to break out on YouTube. Yes, yeah, it is. And, you know, I have more growth than a lot of people, but it seems slow to me. I mean, I've had the channel for a couple years, I think, now at this point. And I had multiple channels before this one, too. So, honestly, Jelly, because a lot of people are gonna. I'm gonna mute the music for a moment. It's hard, and you can do it like one of two ways. One, study this shit like it's a business, and then do it the way you're supposed to, right? You get the high impact font with the white lettering and the red backing, and you do 1 to 4 words in the thumbnail with close up faces. You know, you can do the formula, which I've done. And the videos where I try to do what I was supposed to do, they don't work. They get like 100 views. No one really interacts with them. The videos that I think are like kind of throwaways, or like, this is stupid, less editing, less, you know, those ones take off. And I'm always like, what the hell? Like I put 20 hours into the Satanism video. You know, no one likes it, but I just wiggle my gams around, and I know there's an element of, you know, there that's, but like the thing, when I tried like to force it, it hasn't worked. And maybe this is just me, maybe it's because I'm a sort of a chaotic trickster creature that everything has the opposite effect for, but for me, it's the less I try and make YouTube a thing, the better it goes. The more casual I've gotten, the less I edit, people watch longer. It's, I don't know. So I would say, Jelly, don't necessarily try and break out on YouTube. Try and do the videos that you think are the most fascinating, or your opinions that you think are, you know, that stand out compared to the norm or something. You know, those sorts of things. You want to stand out, but you want to stand out for being you, right? For me, like, I did karate for a long time, but what stood out is that I roasted the trolls and I talked more than I did karate, right? So that told me, it's like, okay, I'm naturally just doing this other thing. Everyone likes the other thing. So for me, I was not expecting it to go this way. I was expecting to have to continue to demonstrate high levels of skill, teach things, right? I have to give something of value. But people enjoy, you know, the banter, the community, the presence. So the thing that might take off for you, I'm going to say, is very likely not going to be the thing that you try to break out with. So you got the other channel, right? You've got a great opportunity to just shotgun a bunch of different kinds of things, see what sticks, you know? You might be surprised. Josh says, bro, you have a pull-up bar. Is it just there for fashion? Josh, you know, when you close your eyes, I still exist. Object permanence, okay, buddy? I was using this yesterday. I lifted weights yesterday. I did gymnastics rings yesterday. Did battle ropes yesterday. Just because you don't see something doesn't mean that it cannot and has never existed. Scott says, I feel they've suffered enough, though, and should have as much of a normal back as I can give them. I'm going to get it done one way or another. Have to. Well, again, Scott, you know, they have suffered enough, but that's not your fault. Nor is it your responsibility to mitigate the suffering, right? I mean, all I'm saying is you're all suffering right now. It's all not normal. The new normal is going to be an adjustment, right? Like, you know, it's, even if you have the presents and the cake and the goddamn piñata, right? It doesn't really change where you are in the grief and everything like that. So normal's going to look a little different, and that's okay. And it's going to take time to fall into place. So, you know, Scott, you are keeping your head above water. You are surviving. Okay, so normal will come, right? But you don't have to make your own position or suffering worse to try and force the normal back, right? Because it may not even look like the way you want it to anyway. So I just give yourself some grace, Scott. I know you're feeling a lot of different ways, but again, you're a good dad. You got good kids. They'll understand. Jelly says, security and Dutch Bro caramel mocha iced latte. Jam says, hi. I think I tried to translate it. Yep. Respect says Jam. Jelly, sure, respect. Jam says, hi. Respect, yes, Twinkie. Respect says, are you on the hunt for a Twinkie? Is that what it's about? Is that like snipe hunting? Respect says, I'm confused. Josh says, Kyle, you do all these gay stretches. Just hop straight into the workout and get the craziest pump. Hey, Josh, you always do these dumb comments that show ignorance and lack of experience. Why don't you just get smarter and more mature and wait a goddamn second? I got the craziest pump yesterday, dog. Jam says, you got to stretch before the pump, though. And Jam would know. Pump the jam, pump it up. Respect says, I'm Jelly's first subscriber. Damn it. Respect is always first. Jam says, I could have sworn I subbed to Jelly last week. Josh, Kyle, stop the gay stretch. What about this looks like a stretch? Stop the gay stretches and hop into the workout. Do some dips weighted. You'll get a crazy pump. I did dips yesterday. Dipshit. Josh, if you're not going to listen, okay, the only thing that's going to get pumped is the vein in my forehead from having to read your comments. Mr. Tom says, you look like a recalled model of Andrew Tate. Ben says, greetings, my vertically blessed friend. Greetings. How are you? Respect says, yes, this is his new page, Jam. New hotness. Okay. Josh says, Kyle, the gay stretches don't help. What are you, 14? Josh, why don't you come up with anything other than just saying the word gay stretches, okay? You have all this time while I'm gay stretching to think about roasts, and you just have the same one over and over and over again. You're not interesting, okay? Why don't you try and roast me in a way that no one's tried before? Oh, you don't even work out. Cool, dude. Cool. I'm almost 40, okay? I've seen things that would make you shit yourself. VM says, I love the Andrew Tate look. Well, that's another vote. I don't know why you would. 20 bucks, says Josh, said the phrase gay stretches. He might be saying that more than every gay man in existence. Jelly says, you did, Jam, thank you. I just thought I was late, so I couldn't switch over. Respect the new one in chat now. Based says, if you're working out without roids, you're wasting your time. Bro, if that is your true opinion, you are wasting brain cells and breaths trying to convince me of that shit, okay? Jam says, I have subbed. Josh, try Herbo. What is that? John says, my God, you look normal, but I know you're crazy strong. Thank you. You don't know that. What if it's all AI? Josh says what? True Herbo. Josh says steroids like Chris Bumstead are massive. What about any of this suggests that I am an IFBB pro? You got to get off the internet for like 10 seconds, dog. Look, I used to get bodybuilding magazines and shit. Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. I used to have body dysmorphia. Okay, I get it. Respect says, we're all natural here. No shots. That's right. We likes it raw and wriggling. Okay? Josh, getting on the substances impresses all the girls and make the guys scared and jealous of you at the beach. I think Josh is having some sort of experience at the edge of brain death. Based. This guy should probably pin some trend. Should I? Really? Because I'm not big enough of a boy for you? You like your boys bigger? You like your boys thicker? Is that what it is? I'm not veiny and swollen enough for you? Please, tell me, Based. Okay. I have to remove that, Josh. You can't promote damaging substances. Jam says, they make your pee-pee stop working. Don't do them. That's one of a ton of reasons. Scott says, you're right. I agree. Good, Scott. And again, Scott, you know, I'm assuming a lot of things, but I bet dollars to fucking jelly donuts that you are blaming yourself in a non-zero number of ways, right? You're doing everything you can. Okay, you are not responsible for doing more than your best. Okay, your best is more than good enough. And look, the air thing, that's rough. But you've got bigger fish to fry, my friend. You know, I would urge you, don't. You know, I think sometimes it's easy, and I'm giving you advice, and it's unsolicited, right? So I apologize for that. You're a grown man; you can feel how you feel. But I think a lot of times, at least for me, when I have something rough going on and then something else happens, I kind of blend the two together, right? So it's like I'm at a 95 because some crazy thing happened, and then a tiny thing at work happens, and now I'm at 200, right? So, you know, I would just, you know, put it out there that it's possible that the emotions you're feeling now are going to bleed into the other things, right? Things, birthday presents. I mean, you know, I'm not a presents kind of guy, and I don't really care, you know, so, but that would be the last thing on my mind, right? I bet you the first thing on your kid's mind is they're worried about you, right? They're thinking about your well-being, not about what gifts they're going to get or not get, right? That's crazy. So give yourself some grace, take care of yourself, because you need to be in a position of strength to carry other people, right? It's irresponsible to try and carry someone if your back's busted. So your dad, you've carried your kids for a long time, you know? Muscles, Base says, muscles so full of oil, your boulder shoulders are about to rip through the skin. Venerold says, nice gay shorts. Nice gay entrance. Jelly says, are you sure they make your pee-pee smaller? JK, I think they at least make your nuts smaller. Or they can. The other thing is, if you get cartoonishly large, you know what doesn't get cartoonishly large in proportion? You ever notice how the guys on the Olympia stage, their packages look kind of small? Because they are enormous, right? That's another factor, is they're also enormous monsters. So, you know. I mean, Based and Josh are trolling me. Okay, little peek behind the fourth wall. People try to Bart Simpson me a lot. When it's kind of funny, I'll allow it. Normally, I don't like. Normally, they try and get me to say a slur. Just Kitty says, "Can you do a shout out to my brother? He watches you a lot, and we would appreciate it. His name is Holden Two Dicks." Well, Holden Two Dicks, would that we all were so lucky to find ourselves as Holden Two Dicks is today. Was that good, Kitty? Respect says, no, they just make your eggplant into a shrimp. Base says, legalize them, and I can't. I see when you say stuff like blank is safe, I have to remove your comments. Head looks glued on. I used Gorilla Glue. Eric says, hi, Daddy. Hey, baby boy. It's nice that you breathe through your mouth. I admire mouth breathers. Do you admire people that address every comment in chat while they're exercising? Do you appreciate that? Jam says, roids make your pee-pee small. Eric says, head looks glued on. I got a thin neck. I got to lift heavy. Son of Thor says, I don't like the legs much either. Thor, I'm going to hit you with some knowledge that's going to blow your fucking gourd, okay? This is not mandatory, right? You are not strapped to a chair, eyes taped open. I'm assuming some things. Buys and tries, bruh. Hey, welcome back to stream. If you could travel back in time to any historical period, when and where would you go? Luckily, I'm the shade that is allowed to go back in time with very little consequences, mostly. So I'd probably go, If you go anything farther back than a couple hundred years, it's like you're going to be burned at the stake for suggesting people use soap to wash their hands before doing surgery on you. So, honestly, I'd probably go back to Bronze Age, I think. Yeah. Bronze Age. I like the look. Jelly says, I don't know why I don't get all the messages. Do you have all turned on? Because I think it defaults if you do the three dots, and then you can filter by top or all messages. It always defaults to top. I wonder if you don't have that setting on this new account. Wow. Let me make sure you've commented a second time so I can... Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we report the racism. Perfect. And then we ban forever. Just like that. Great. Okay. B. Baker. Hey, B. Baker. How you doing, BB? Shit, it moved. Hi, as fit as you are, how many bowel movements a day do you do? I mean, depends on fiber, I'd say low digit numbers. 8 to 10. Wow, are you going to get band 2 based? God damn it. Lil Durk, do you ever worship or admire the devil? Do I ever? I do not actively worship the devil. I do, Lil Durk, have a video breaking down Satanism, the secrets that you probably are unaware of, and I given instructional on how to perform a black magic ritual. Not clickbait, it's real. Okay, go check it out. Respect says, Thor, you must be having a reaction in your pants if you're still here. Yeah, might need to have that looked at by a professional. Okay, I'm almost done on the bike here. Jam says, same, Jelly. I often don't see some, like Midnight's messages, I never see them. Son of Thor. Josh has some good points. Yeah. Yeah, Son of Thor. Jelly says, I have it set to all, but I'm still late to half of the chat. I don't know. Death Tower says, hey bro, does it make me gay for finding femboys and ladyboys hot? Yeah. Have fun. Intentionally says, trust me, the gay stretches are helping us. They're for your benefit. Jam says, maybe Josh just really likes gays getting stretched. It seems to be on his mind, and it seems to be like a compulsive thought of his. Sun says, it's not really a stretch to use the term gay. It's not really, but you're just exactly like all of the low-level trolls that come through here, right? It's like you're not even like a level 2 troll. It's not interesting or like that funny, you know? It's like, I don't moderate. All I want is good material. Respect says, tough crowd tonight. Tell me about it. The whiteboard's funny as fuck. Thank you, Little Turk. Nice wig, bro. Yeah, it's, you know, it's pretty hot, but it, you know, really makes me more masculine, so. Respect says, same happens to me, Jelly and Jam. Jelly, it's still soft. Josh says, when you're lifting heavy weights, you're supposed to stretch, but calisthenics doesn't have the same effect. Josh, oh my God, you're so annoying. Okay? Weighted calisthenics, a decline bench is like a dip. Okay? A handstand press is like an overhead press. Push-ups on the rings are like benching. Oh my God. Oh my God. Actually, heavy lifting is the best for everything. And actually, I'm stronger than you. Andrew Pep. What does that mean? Marie says, roids are tempting, but I want to live past 40. Exactly, and I'm almost 40. So, I'm not looking, I'm doing cardio for my goddamn heart. You know. Jan says, Josh, you sound dumb. Yeah, and here's the funny thing. It's like, that kind of trolling is like actually annoying me. It's just so wrong, you know? Get the legs ready for me, boy. Boy. Thor says, the hairline gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah? Oh, big boy, intimidated by a hairline. Oh, your hairline is too aggressive. Your widow's peak is too sharp, I'm scared. Cute chicken legs, thanks. You want a drumstick? Respect says, Maria, ladies should never do them. It makes ladies look like men. I think for some of the ladies, that's the idea. Habitual line sniffer. Nice. Says, you look like you're good at bird watching. What does that mean? Try Arnold Schwarzenegger. What do you mean, try him? All right. Okay, Josh, we're moving on to a real workout. Because cardio is for dummies. What is this, a gay stretch? If you're watching, that makes it a gay stretch, okay? PMC says, why are you gay? SMDT says, love your back hair. Nice haircut, bro. Thank you. I do it myself. If only we could cut the beard and glue it on the head. Right, because you wouldn't mock me then. Surely. Surely. All Aiden says, Dad, I love you. Good night. I said you're grounded. Get the goddamn football scholarship, son. Fake ass wig. Well, it was expensive. Respect says Josh is in the closet. I think he spends too much time in the locker room. I think you're right. SMDT says, yeah, I need them big. Okay, well, okay, that makes sense. That tracks then. You're consistent. Oh, I'm on the edge of snapping. Jelly says, you're big enough, Kyle. Exactly. Thank you, Jelly. Apollo says, hey, man, just a quick heads up. One of your balls is out. Really? Really? Point to me on the doll where the balls are. Okay? All right. Glutes. Focus. Plus calves. I just hit the thighs pretty hard, so I'm going to do a set of calves here to warm up some of the other things. You're cute in your fake wig. Glaze my donut, Andrew Bate. Okay. I don't know that you voted, and I technically got another Andrew earlier, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that on the list. We're also gonna turn the music back on. Okay? You happy? Looks like an egg rolled out of the carton, brother. Jelly, that's your sign. Jelly says, what? Snuffle says, I thought you were in prison. Yeah, as I've told everyone else, the big black metal bars just look so appetizing to me, so I just sucked on those bars until I just found myself outside of the jail. I just sucked my way through. Wasn't even my intention. Respect says someone wants to be glazed. Someone? I think some 5 or 6 probably. Jelly says, go for it, buddy. You don't need my permission. Oh. A free glaze kind of guy, huh? I see you. Apollo, hey man, I think a walnut slipped out of the bag. Don't crack it. David says, have you tried Taco Bell's new chicken, tuna, avocado, pea burrito with cottage cheese? I haven't. I'm shitting myself at a completely comfortable rate right now. I don't know if I want to increase that at this time. Scott says the blame number is through the roof. Right, Scott. And I know that it feels that way. And you just got to tell yourself, like, that is a lie, right? You're trying to come up with a solution to the wheel, the rolling wheel in your head, right? Because we're designed to solve problems. Our brains are not designed to deal with trauma for long periods of time, right? So your brain is partly to blame. But you know, I know for a fact, Scott, and I don't even know Melissa, right? Melissa wouldn't blame you, right? So I think she's a pretty smart cookie. So she picked you, right? So trust her. Snuffles says, I say bring back the 7-layer burrito. Jelly says, no worries, I'm not jealous. I'm sure they'll love your glaze. You know, sometimes I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay. I want the music, but I don't want to have to talk over it. Let's try that. Can you see me? Can you see my butt? All right. I want to make sure Josh gets everything he needs out of the stream. All right. See, the quads are small, but that adductor is doing a lot of the work. See that? All right. I got gams. Just wait. Min Bach says, why you skip leg day, bro? What do you think I'm doing right now? Right now. That's like if I asked you skipping dumb comment day, okay? And that's probably the worst joke I've ever made on this channel. Giti says, hi, bro. Hi. Are you saying I'm this small? Josh says, Kyle needs to eat more and do more weightlifting. When you lift heavy dumbbells, it makes your arms feel extremely big. Josh, you need to go breathe air, okay? Because you're clearly suffering from a lack of oxygen. You need to relax, okay? How about I kick down the door to your house and I start screaming at you about how you're just not enough of a big boy for me. You need to be bigger for me, okay? Actually, I'm gonna drop you down one. Kurt says, hello, Whitey. Hi. I'm one shade up from transparent. Jelly says, I got distracted. Pleasure to see you. How are you doing on this fine evening, Kyle? I'm doing pretty good. You know, today was not a terrible day at work. We got some exciting things coming up for the channel, so I'm very excited about that. David workouts. Oh, hi, David. I do abs on Monday, legs on Tuesday, rest Wednesday, arms on Thursday, freestyle on Friday. I do 50 push-ups, 50 arm curls, 50 squats, 50 push-ups every day. And if I miss a day, I double it. Damn, you sound like Rock Lee from Naruto. Jelly says, only you can make me feel this gay. Right? I went off script for Jelly didn't say that. Okay, let's see. Is this good? Is this good? Josh says, who cares? Girls just care about the muscles. Roids make you look tough. If I had a nickel for every ignorant thing you just said, Josh, I couldn't think of a better way to tell someone that you have never talked to a woman before, okay? pretty intense. Holy shit, I probably should have done 2 legs. Okay, let's try 2 legs. Too easy, yeah. I'm just gonna have to switch off. That's what he said. Oh, the weights aren't heavy enough. It's not gonna be enough for the weight of my homosexuality. That's you, Josh. That's you. And Josh, I'm gonna tell you right now, calling me small is not the way to get me to do what you want, okay? Another thing you probably haven't learned in relationships yet. My neck's getting a workout. That's what she said. Jam says, I'm a girl and I hate when dudes are super big like that, Josh. Jam, it's not even worth, it's not even worth it. Oh, he's so far lost. Or this is it's so bad. I feel like it's pure trolling, but we'll never know. You gave Royal full control. I'm the king. Batman the Friend said, if you could be any fictional character, who would it be? Oh, man. Exar Kun from Star Wars. I'd also go for Omni-Man. I'd go for Dr. Manhattan. Probably Dr. Manhattan. Jam says, natural strength and functionality, or what's up? Respect says, and I feel the same way about it, Jam. Okay. Josh, I'm going to have to remove the comments where you directly encourage people to do the substances, okay? Jam says, see? Marmot says, the only thing gayer than your shorts is the dude you slept with last night. I told him not to kiss and tell. My human experiences says, what a bizarre looking human. Yeah, says the definitely not an alien in a human skin. Okay, calves. Let's do a little side shot of the calves. Fuck it. Who cares? I'm daddy, so that's what we do. Jelly says, I missed the conversation. Who's doing roids? Nobody is. Nobody. Josh is just, screeching for attention, saying whatever it takes, whatever extreme thing it takes to get a reaction. Okay. You're not using any weight. I'm using my own goddamn weight, all right? I'm sorry, should I load up fucking 300 pounds and do calf presses that way? Josh, I have been to places you cannot even imagine. I've been to corners of the world that you've only seen in movies, all right? And, all right, I've had some good times with some very, attractive women. It seems like that's who you're interested in, who you're obsessed with. You know what, Josh? This is what you should absolutely get it as enormous and swollen and veiny as possible. And watch how many women actually give you the time of day. It certainly won't be only men tenfold from whatever it is now. Not that I would know from any experience having been a bodybuilder before. But you're a straight man, Josh, so you don't ask first, right? Christ. Look, Sam Sulek has his day. That's today. Okay? Why don't you ask him in 20 years any question, and he'll go straight to injury prevention. Look at Larry Wheels. When you ask him for advice, all of it is avoiding injury. Jam says Josh is promoting them. Poutine says, is this a gay workout channel? Kinda. Josh says, Sam Sulek is extremely jacked and all the girls want him. See, how did I know you were going to bring up Sam Sulek? Almost as if you're just a sheep. Jelly says, yeah, they make your dongle smaller. World Revenger. Wow, what a badass name. What makes you think you're a king? Part of it is this crown. And the other part of it is that I'm insane, right? The Mad King is about being completely batshit fucking loco. So I think things you couldn't fathom, okay? He's not a king, he's a queen. Well, then what the fuck does that make you, Josh? You know what, Josh? Put the fries in the bag, okay? Respect says Josh is real spicy. Jelly says, I was just thinking about that last night. Like, I really want to ask you if you're joking. If I'm joking about what? I don't know what we're referring to. Oh, about being insane? Jam says, Kyle is our king. Ooh, Jam, thank you. World Revenger says legends. What does that mean? Jam says BRB. Josh says, Kyle, start hitting the gym, bro. Calisthenics can do just so much. Josh, what if I told you that I go to the gym twice a fucking week and I lift weights? It's like I fucking knew something before you walked into the room. Jelly says, yes. Some people are going to argue that insane people can't know they're insane. I think that's horse shit. I think insane people can know they're insane. I would, well, I'll tell Jam too, but Jelly, I would say, am I insane? Probably, yes. Respect says, lots of divas in chat tonight. Where is Catboy to keep them in line? Yumi says, God damn, that 99 hit. That's right. That's right. I put all points into intelligence. Brandon says, hey, douchebag. Hi. Says, you look like Murray from Impractical Jokers, but gayer. Yeah, it's interesting. There's always a qualifier. It can't just be you kind of look like Murr. All right? Here's the thing. You probably thought you were pretty clever with that one, huh? You're going to have to get behind 100 other people, I'm afraid. So, not bad. Not bad. I am probably gayer than Murray. I don't know how gay he is, but, you know. Jelly says, you summoned me, Respect. Brandon says, homeboy, in person you wouldn't talk that shit, we all know. Homeboy, I've got more black belts than you have testicles, okay? So I wouldn't talk shit at all, because I don't need to talk. Little dogs bark, okay? I don't give a fuck. I've kicked the shit out of people twice my size, twice my experience level, and twice your intelligence level, okay? So it really does. It's funny. I don't even have to wear the karate gi for everyone to flip the fuck out and say, you probably can't fight. Unfortunately, I've trained for 20 fucking years. This is a lesson, okay? You can't see everything someone has done, okay? See, I could pan over to all the trophies I have on the desk over there. You look so uncanny. Oh, I thought you were 34. LOL, you're not Catboy Jelly. Yumi says, I actually would. That's the funny part. You would what? You would mukbang? Is that what you're saying? Jelly says, I got claws. Brandon says, that kind of trolling is actually annoying, jackass. Goodbye. That's why nobody cares. Informatory says, what's up, baby? Notorious says, hairline is not pushed back enough. Not bald enough. I hear you, Notorious. More. Wow. The fear with the least badass name in existence is not only getting reported for hate speech, but tell him what else he's won. Thank you, Kyle. He's won a permanent ban on the channel. That's right. All expenses paid trip to anywhere but here. Natrona says, are you transgender? Soraya says, hi, Kyle. Hi. How are you? It translated that from hi, Kyle. Jelly says hello to Notorious. Josh, if you're going to keep using gay as a derogatory term, you're going to get banned. Notorious says no shirt should be on. And it's legs. Yumi says, Caillou hitting the gym. Wait, did you already vote, Yumi? Respect says, wow, informatory. We were just about to file a missing persons case. Let's get you even closer. You know what I mean? Are you homosexual? Natrona, if you have $20, I'll do it, okay? Stop asking and start showing me the money. Layback says, you look like Andrew Tate's skid mark. Yeah? That's not a bad variant, you know, but again, you're in the largest group, the most average. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Brandon, he must like everyone clowning on him because he's such a clown. You just can't fathom a world where I don't give a fuck about whatever you have to say. He likes people clowning on him. Brother, I'm doing a TV show right now. I'm literally performing. You gotta, oh my God. You gotta be better, okay? I can do the comedy while exercising, while reading shit, while keeping track of all the Andrew Tate votes, okay? You got, this is 2026, you gotta fucking multitask, okay? Ooh. Intentionally says, I want to hear the brown pillows POV. Ooh. Get a GoPro for pillow cam. All right. Let's see what we got. I think like this. When you lift heavy dumbbells, I'm working on my thrusting muscles, sir. Also, this is a Wendy's, all right? Neck's getting a workout, just hold my huge noggin up. Notorious says, hey, Jelly Donut. Josh says, Kyle's a clown. He exercises like he's 90. And you come up with jokes like you're 12 years old. Oh, you want to see? Yes. Natrona, are you homosexual? Are you a bot? Yumi says, I mean, he looks like Caillou, but smash. Okay, I'll give you the Caillou vote. Okay. All right, let me see what we got. Caillou. Oh, not bad. All right. Caillou. You are number 24. To call me Caillou. See, much better. Much more original. Okay. All right. Jelly. Josh, you keep scrolling. He won't. Josh says, bro, what are these exercises? Ha 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 ha. I don't expect someone of your caliber to understand. Yumi, did he just say he has no balls? Respect says, I think Josh is busy taking screenshots. Yeah, Jelly, I'm with you. I don't have enough energy today to do this. Notorious, what are balls? Yumi says, ADD, Caillou. I might have ADHD, I don't know. Josh says, bro, stretching won't make you big. Josh says, start working out Friday. Oh, for real. Josh, I've been working out for, again, longer than you've been alive. Respect says, are you fatigued, Jelly? Josh says he can't read the negative comments because he can't take constructive criticism. Josh, I'm reading all of the comments. If I chose specific comments to read, yours would not be among them. Why don't you tell me to lift heavy weights again 8 more times, okay? Maybe you'll bully me into listening to you. Jelly says, I have an excellent gaydar, Josh. You're 99.999% gay. And that's just because if he were 100%, he would explode. And not in the fun way. It's a glute exercise, Josh. Okay? You know, if you want to attract men, you're going to want to work on that area. Respect says, I second that. Chris says, Kyle. Kyle says, Chris, how are you? Oh, I have to get your username for your brownie point. Christopher. Okay. Read 2000. Okay. Cool. How you doing, Chris? Jelly says, what's the hidden meaning, Respect? Jam says, Josh, it's okay. We'll accept you even though you're gay. Yes, in spite of your overwhelming homosexuality, we accept you here. Respect's like, what, Jelly? Jelly says, we welcome you with open arms. You can come out here with a gag and a plug wearing skin-tight fishnets, and we will love you all the same, Josh. Kyle exercises like he's a girl, which tells me that you've never seen one. So why don't you tell me how to get girls? Jelly says, my goodness, you're a bum. Jam, I love you. Jam says, Josh, I literally would bet money that I could kick your ass. Again, I'm a girl. I would put money on Jam as well. Let's get this going. Dude's making me feisty. Yeah, he's for some reason, he's more annoying than some of the like egregious people we've had, you know? It's so stupid. Chris, dumb comment, yes. Respect, I'm blonde. It must have gone over my head. And yeah, you got those blue eyes, so, you know, it all evens out, right? Okay. I did 2 sets here. I'm gonna grab this thingamabob. I need to do bent calf, so I'll do that next while you're down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend my legs to get out of the calf here and get more into the calf here, because clearly I'm dominant on the other one. Jam says, for real, Chris. Chris says, hi, Jam. Respect says, how's the wedding planning coming along, Jam? Jelly says, I think Josh left. No, I just couldn't show his last comment. He's getting explicit. Chris says, look at the thighs on this guy. That's what we're here for, okay? Doing a little... All right? They're not the biggest, which means I'm not Josh's type. But that's okay, you know? Josh wants a man that can't fit into a fucking car. And we're going on a road trip, all right? Without him. Okay, so I'm going to bend the legs, which takes the gastroc out of it, pushes it to the soleus. Okay. Okay. This is also like very hard on the knee tendons. It's an isometric hold there. But what this is also really good at is developing that sort of athletic stiffness in the like sprinting positions, right? The football ready position, any kind of athletic, you know, bursting kind of activity. You're gonna want this bent leg strength. I'm gonna actually finish a few of these. All right. Okay, so let's see. We got quad, hip flexor, hamstring. I don't know if I can squeeze just the adductor. I don't know. Anyway, let's get the Roman chair out. Jam says slowly. But my sister and I are on the same page about most things. Oh, right, because you're doing the combo. Like my one auntie who's an abusive mom isn't coming. Important. Because it's like, yeah, you can invite them for like the obligation, but then they could ruin everything. So, is it worth it? Respect says, yeah, best not to have outcasts present to crash the party. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. Okay. Maybe one more. Harui says, holy yokai, he's back. That's right. Well, we didn't make the deal with the demon last time, so I'm here once again, desperately shilling. Jelly says, yes, Daddy. I just want a demon inside of me, you know? Jam says, she will probably try. Joke's on her. I can finally get her arrested and get her pedo husband to show up. I mean, look, sometimes people don't learn without the nuclear option. I've had to use the nuclear option on people before. I don't like it, but some people just will not learn. Okay. Let's see if we can do... If you keep it to the lower part, it's mostly a glute exercise. Well, and if you curl your back, which I don't know if I can like really do, kind of feels bad, so. So you can see I'm coming off the bench a little bit. It's more about the legs and the hammies, right, than the low back necessarily. I'll do another core exercise here in a second, so I want to save some of my core strength. What is it? Oh, God. Jelly says, you're back. Jam says, he can't get enough of Kyle in his short shorts. They really, it's shooting fish in a barrel. Respect says, he must have finished and be on round 2 now. Jelly says, damn, right? Andy says, toe splay. You know what, Andy? I didn't give you one last time, so fuck it. I'll give you one. Okay. Ready? Are you ready, Andy? Okay, there you go. I'm a generous God. Gillette says, how's UK jail? I'm a brokey just like everyone else. Oh, you know, I think jail is where Tate's gonna finally thrive. He can demonstrate that he's super alpha, and he can prove all of the techniques that he's been talking about, right? Fearless Andrew Tate, who's not afraid to be blown up or attacked or anything. All right. This one's going to be an interesting one. I mean, not to Josh. I'm just going to put you down for a second. Come here. John says, kind of want to use your face as a fart bag, dude. Well, why don't you put your fart box up to the screen and let her rip, okay? Why don't you just go ahead. Jelly, maybe they're just taking the banter way too serious. I think they take themselves way too serious. And Sam Sulek. Respect, shrug, yeah. Scott says, I'm headed out, Kyle. Thank you for the great advice. I appreciate you. Anyway, keep on keeping on. Scott, you keep on keeping on. I appreciate you. I think you're probably gone at this point because I'm always behind. But, head up, brother. You're not alone, and we are here for you. Okay? Respect says, I have a feeling the new Brandon isn't going to last long. Oh my God. Brandon's going to kill you. Sam says, why is this dude so angry? Well, Sam, because a lot of young dipshits come on here and tell me I can't fight despite all my black belts, and I don't actually have muscles. And, you know, it just gets annoying after a while. Okay. I need my step. Teach headlock counter. I'd have to set up Gus for a headlock counter. Basically, you want to get your chin away from here. You fight the hand, break the grip, get both hands on the hand beneath you. Try and get underneath. A lot of people try and just move the arm, but they don't try and move themselves. Hadui says, should I go ghost/yokai hunting today? Yes, always yes. Jelly says, damn right. Talk shit, get hit. Well, it used to be that way, but the same people that are the Joshes that are like, you have to be big and strong. You'd smack them and they'd be like, Pooies, I'm gonna tell on you, because I'm a big boy. Ow, shit. Ba-da-ba-ba. Toast play. I take care of you, Andy. Jelly says Nicolas Cage. You haven't voted yet, Jelly. You got it. One Nick Cage. Coming up. See, I love giving votes to... That was 37, right? I need to do it immediately, or I'm going to forget. Scott says, I mean, $20 is $20. Scott's right. Very economical man. Respect says, I got $20. Jelly says, you would pay $20 to see some toes? Jam says, I don't. And that's okay, Jam. We'll give you toast plays for free here. Notorious pants should also be off. Well, especially for this move that we're about to do. I really want you to be able to see my hip flexor, but you see, I'm already, showing a bit of, a bit much, This should be good, though, I think. Okay. Actually, I should take the shirt off because this is a good core ab exercise. Daddy's here. Okay. And when Daddy's lats are spread, you're in trouble. Okay. God, the lighting's not good. I'll try and get you a good angle on the next one. This. Oh my God. I appreciate the sentiment, Notorious. It's not my rule, it's YouTube's. Ooh, look at this. Look at this shit. Oh my goodness. Oh. Jam says, I get paid tomorrow, but right now I'm a broke bitch. Well, Jam, we're not gonna tell you to send your broke ass home. Okay? That's okay. You're pre-paid. You know what I mean? Getting paid tomorrow, it make that last day is a lot easier, Start making plans for all your money. Okay, so I want it to be kind of here. So beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. Nice beard, bruv. Thank you. Respect says, we have to book you a male dancer for your bachelorette party, Jam. Me and Jelly will send that as our gift. And if it wouldn't already be awkward, normally I volunteer to be the male dancer of any event, but, Jam, I don't want to, conflict of interest, okay? The other angle is better. Oh well, whatever. Jelly says, ain't that the most snazzy Maximus glutimus? Gluteus I have ever seen. Thank you for the peach. Jam says, okay, guys, I got to go pick up my fiance from work. He can't drive stick, so I'm the big man with the car. Yeah, that's right, Jam. You swing those ovaries around a little bit on him, okay? Only a real woman can drive a stick. No, I can't have that, sorry. No, Jam, don't be sorry, it's fine. It would be strange. Chris says, bye, Jam. Respect says, drive safe. Jam says, it would be disrespectful to my love. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's one level of why it would be inappropriate. Jelly says, drive safe, Jam. Jelly says, I didn't even know I was mentioned. I was thinking about a nice gravy boat. Bye, Jelly, and Respect, and Chris, and Kyle, bye. Andy says, toast play. I just did one. Respect says, shift that stick. Show your man how it's done. Jelly says, I think he left, babe. Friday the Boxer. Nice. Indiana Bones. My guy, what's up? Well, we're throwing bones tonight. Let me get the numbers on that. Bones. Okay, Indiana Bones. This is the 4th time that you have called for that. You're the only one so far. Indiana. Nice work. How you doing, Friday? You party? You partying like it's Friday? Chris says Lucille balls. Ah, good reference. Kiprin something in Cyrillic says hi. Andrew says Andrew late. Major says, I like explosions except if it's my limbs, though. Jelly says, I figure. Respect says brownie points. We need to see that board. I've only awarded, and I don't want anyone to freak out, okay? I've awarded 4 brownie points in the history of streams. It is very random, and it's sort of when I remember that they exist. So Lieutenant Dark, who we haven't seen in a while, I think he was more on maybe the martial arts side. Anthazar, Marshmallow, and Chris. Again, Respect, don't worry about it. It's not ranking. It's just being tickled at certain times. Okay. Shelly, oh, Respect you howling at Andrew. Chris says, I'm doing good, you handsome devil. Mr. G4 says, haha. Respect says, who's that? Jelly, sure. It translated that to buzz. Respect says, LOL, I'm lost. I don't know who it is. Ben Day says, I heart the booty shorts. Thank you. I showed a little secret earlier. I don't know if you were here for that because I'm late. Jelly says, you weren't whistling at Andrew? No. Ben Day says, really shows the moose knuckle. I don't think it does. It really doesn't. I don't know why I had to bend over completely to check. You got a nut popping out. What? Hadui says, yeah, damn. My fault. Someone had to. Well, Hadui, heroes, aren't always thanked. Okay. I don't know if I can do a second set of the hip flexors, but I want to hit them again. I could do an ab move. Okay, what else do we need to do? I'm going to do one set of good mornings on the bench. It'll be a very good angle for chat, etc. Informatory says, let's focus on eating marshmallows, mini, regular, and campfire. Extra large. Okay, Bendy, I can't show that, but that's funny. Oh, Respect has a kid in the box. Christopher says, holy glutes. Andy says, great feet. Oh, you retracted it. Oh, well, I told everyone. Jelly says, okay. Ferrari Man says, Andrew Tate, I will only ever listen to the advice of a Bugatti man. Clearly. Candace. God, what a fucking dipshit. Oh, the curse. This is like Beauty and the Beast, I look like a monster. Except Beast at least had good hair. Ferrari Man says, say something about your Bugatti. Well, my Bugatti, I'm going a little Jason Statham. My Bugatti is hot pink. I'm not gay. I did a whole bit on this, Ferrari. My most recent video, I think you'll like. Jelly says, well, whoever you got your eyes on, baby, at Respect, that major is a sure catch. Yeah, I don't know about that. I had to hide a couple comments from him. I don't think you would have liked. Okay. All right, chat's gonna love this one. Sometimes I feel like it's insulting to refer to all of you royally as chat. I like to think we know each other a little bit better than that. All right. Let's get straight down the pipe angle. Oh, Christopher is smoking. Christopher says, eek. I mean, if we're doing requests, you can always request stuff. I'm not guaranteed to do whatever it is, until we get to the parts of the channel where I have specific video requests, which is coming soon, okay? I know I keep talking about it. Things are gonna happen very soon on the YouTube side, so I'm gonna get the other side of things ready to go. Okay, is this good? Do you like this? Straight on. Okay, this is working the adductors here. And I'm getting it's not even really about the low back. I don't feel it there at all. I feel it here. we can start the marshmallow cream with your fingers challenge. Yeah, is that a viral TikTok challenge? I'm sure. God, I wish it flexed harder so you could see what was going on here, but there's a lot of work happening. Jobet says, put me down for a tape, bro. I will, Jobet. Thank you. Hi, Duncan. How are you? Connor McCory says, wax your ass. No, you wax my ass. All right? No, you. All right, let's put you down for a tape. One hot and slimy tape coming up. Fresh off the presses. Oh. Okay. Jelly, respect is so funny. He is very funny. See, one of the problems with Respect getting a brownie point is that he is very consistently funny. So it's like, if they're all bangers, I can't give out 1,000 brownie. Well, I could. I can do whatever I want, but frankly, I forget about brownie points. Chris says, "Oh my God, the guy I mentioned yesterday shat on his live stream again. The audience went wild. How is that? God damn it! You know." Some people are like trying to build audiences and stuff, and he's just shitting everywhere. And of course, this is the timeline we live in where, you know, everyone's just captivated by it's just explosive diarrhea on the news, social media. God damn it, we're fucked. Jelly says, how many pounds is that? The thing I was lifting with my foot, it's only 7.5 plus the thingamabob, so like maybe 10 pounds. Respect says, meow. Respect also has the #1 badge. Drifter says, what the fuck? Apollo says, your balls are out, bro. It's kind of like the hog reveal. If you have to ask or you're not sure, it definitely didn't happen. Wendy says, hey, Kyle. Hi, Wendy. How is it? Good to see you on this fine Monday. Good to see you too, Wendy. You know, my favorite Disney film growing up was Peter Pan. Chris says, swing those over. Yeah, you know, you gotta swing them around a little bit. Swing your clam around, you know. Wendy said, I volunteer if you ever need a mod. Not sure if you have one. I appreciate that, Wendy. We're gonna try and do no mods, kind of cowboy style, for as long as possible. The only reason I don't like it is because people can say hateful things, and I'm behind in chat, right? So, you know. Jelly says, your username reminds me of the chocolate Frosties at Wendy's. Yeah, let's go on a Wendy's bender. Now the show is started. Now you start the screen recording. Well, you guys don't need to do that because I'll upload this anyway. Your name reminds me of a jelly donut. I get that a lot. Yes, I'm sure. Respect reminds me of a lady down the road. Down the road is such a funny detail for this. Reminds me of a lady down the road that we call Worn Out Wendy. Oh my God. See, Respect, you're so fucking funny. And Respect and etc. You got to understand that there are invisible brownie points as well, you know. Bet she has miles. Jelly says, Chris got some last night. Ooh, Chris. Notorious says, Worn Out Wendy could get it again. You know, I think she can probably keep getting it despite being worn out. Okay, I'm going to do hip flexor abs off the bench. I think we need to do maybe more calf, but I'm going to hit it Wednesday. So, and then we do stretching. See, Josh left before all the gay stretching even began. Every time I start dancing, the music stops. No. Okay. What was I going to do? Abs. Jelly says, oh yes, Notorious. I think I'm finally going to get a donut when I go out of town. I haven't had a donut in such a long time. I think I've said this before. And this is important Kyle lore to know. Favorite donut is the brown cake, chocolate, old-fashioned. So it's regular cake, old-fashioned, covered in chocolate on top. The donut. All right? All right, let's see how this goes. I'm going to try and angle this way as much as possible. Or do you want the opposite? Let's see, like this? Probably, right? Versus this. Sort of. Feel like this. Head towards you or feet towards you? I know Andy's vote, okay? Notorious says, you got a star eating from the center. Respect says, do kiss and tell, please. We need details, Jelly. Don't forget to bring a piping bag. Don't they use piping bags to fill jelly donuts? I'm not sure. Yeah, where's Meg? Jelly, you're so funny, Kyle. Thank you, Jelly. You're funny, too. Notorious says straight. Don't to piping. Chris says, chat is better than scat. Yes. Jelly says, you're like the hairy version of me. So playful. Good. One of us has to bear the burden of the hair, and I take that upon myself. I prefer to be the hairier person in the play. Wendy says, Jelly, do you look like Tate as well? Andrew Tate? No, thank you. Again, that's just a unique burden for me. Notorious says, can't see the vag enough. I'm sorry. Jelly says, I love the 2003 version. Informatory says, artificial explosive diarrhea is caused by coffee. Water like an enema? As an old-fashioned recipe for lovers. Interesting. Little history. Jelly says maple bar or vanilla sprinkle cupcakes. Interesting. Maple bar's a solid, Respect says, wow, he's caught up early. I was just about to say the same thing. Informatory says, reportedly the coffee water stops water gushing. Interesting. Reportedly. Are you reporting? Live from downtown Los Angeles. Isn't Andrew Tate a pedo? Yes. Wendy says, Kyle, what's your background? What do you mean by background? My movement background? My family background? What are you asking? Respect says, fun fact. I like fun facts. Okay, we're doing, I guess, veg first, right, Notorious? Okay, so I really hope you can't see shit. Like family background. Mostly Scottish and Welsh. I don't know, it's my great-grandparents, I think, were the originals over there. Chris says, what's your bulking method? Bulking method is I increased the rep range into hypertrophy ranges and I started going close to failure. I keep the frequency pretty high. I'm exercising almost every other day. And then I add carbs to whatever before I was eating like ground beef and vegetables for a meal. So now I just add potatoes to that meal. I'm bulking now, right? And so I added, instead of doing 25 grams of protein in my protein shake, I do 50. You know, it's little things like that where I'm just adding things in. Um, and I'm hitting a pretty aggressive bulk right now, honestly. And it's not been that bad, so. Coffee was the fun fact. Okay. Wendy says, saw a bit of the labels. No biggie, though. Labels is the colloquial term me and one of my soulmate friends use for the labes. That's another one. A lot of bereaves. Shelly says, Wendy digging deep. Do share, Kyle. Wendy says, could you sing me happy birthday? Serious. Yes. Chris says, wait, who's Asian in your family? It's a very distant offshoot. Okay. I'm going to do this exercise first, and then we'll give you a happy birthday song. Okay. Oh my God. Jelly, it says, like a woman's labels? Yeah, you know, the labels. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Well, I haven't even done it yet. Your briefs are cute. Thank you. You know, I thought about wearing something a little bit festive for you guys. Getting prepared for my performance, Wendy. Okay. A hint of cheeks, go figure. I know. Just hints and clues. Okay. Me. I used to be obsessed with a pair of Scooby-Doo briefs. I saw Nut earlier too. You did not. You did not. No. Cause if you did, you need to tell me because I will be banned off YouTube for it. So, the best hints and clues. Lucky Chris. He might be being facetious because I wear the tight stuff on purpose. I know you're looking for things to fall out, okay? I know. And if it weren't tight, I would. So, you know, we do what we need to do here. Okay. No, he's nuts. No nuts were shown. True. I mean, if that's my breakout role, you know. Okay, here we go, Amy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wendy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We saw bludgeon. You saw my billy club. Informator says, Kyle's showing a bit of thong tonight. No, and I've considered wearing a dance belt, which is a thong. But then everything would be like in a huge fucking triangle right here. No, we have nut allergies. That's unfortunate, Chris. What a terror. It's like being allergic to chocolate. That was amazing. I don't think I've been marinated like that before. Damn, Wendy. Damn. Got Wendy marinating over here. Well, good. You deserve it. Is it your birthday? Or did you just want a song? Oh, goodness. I have to wait many months to get mine. You could just lie to me. Please wear it. I might have to wear it on a ballet stream so that, you know. Oops. All right. I don't know. Let's see. I need to get sharper angle. Let's see. We're not showing too much. I can't, it's hard for me to turn around and look behind me because of my back problem. Let's see. Do we need the other light? I think this is probably better posing light. Happy birthday to Wendy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Happy birthday to you. The happy birthday song is not copywritten anymore, so I can sing it to my heart's delight. No, it is. I'm 27 today. Happy birthday. 27's a big year. It was one of those years where, well, I hit my physical peak in terms of just raw strength. What'd you do for your birthday, Wendy? Informatory says, promise. I've seen this happen before. You would have had the live stopped immediately. I've seen guys show their natural whole and eggplants live and get banned. That suggests that people are like monitoring, which I doubt they're putting the manpower into. Chris says, happy birthday, Wendy. Wendy says, flashbacks to that Nair guy. Thanks, Chris. Amazing. Jelly says, well, it's my birthday. Can I get the Pink Pony Club? What's that? Sounds nice. What is it? Informatory says, YouTube doesn't mind if you open your legs and fart through, though. Just don't make a habit of it, or they'll shut you down. Interesting. Wendy says, went shopping with some friends and had dinner. Ooh. Chris says, Pink Pony Club. I'm going to look that up. Pink Pony Club. It's a song. Well, I'm going to have to listen to that after stream. You'll keep on dancing at that club. Let's just keep on dancing. I want to sing that song now. I can't. Beep boop beep boop beep. Beep beep boop Pink Pony Club. Jelly says, Informatory knows all the special secrets and luckily shouts them for everyone to hear. We love you, Informatory. Okay. Stretching time. Ooh, oh man. See, this is a good angle for the, underside stuff. Chris says, no, they don't shut you down. The guy I mentioned has ass explosions on cue. That really feels like when you have to ban, right? You have to. Let's see. You know what? I don't care. You think I care? You think I care? Wendy says, Chris, what's his handle? Plug it. I'm curious now. Oh, Wendy, we're seeing through the veil. Okay, everyone reveals their preferences. It all comes out. Oh, is this good? Can you see my hammies? Oh my god. Baby, baby, babe, I just wanna keep on dancing. Or are we dancer? Chris says, I feel like he gets cash for it. Well, certainly gets eyeballs. Informator says there was a whole channel that was taken down for farting because it's more of a thing at that point. Yeah. Jelly says, so he farts on cam? Which websites? Wendy says, bubble. Oh, intentionally lost says, I want to know the Assalamu Alaikum bird's handle. Oh, I want to say it's Emery the manager. Emery. Hold on, I'm looking it up because it's very important. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the bird's handle is Emery. I'm going to write it on a board for you because this is important. Not sponsored, unfortunately, by Emery the bird. Oh, he's one of my favorite birds. He's so freaking cute. Okay. It's... Emery.the.branch.manager. Okay. Emery.the.branch.manager. Very important. He's a very good boy. And he's really cute, and I love him. Chris says, yes, Jelly. What's his handle? Chris says he farts a lot. Oh, it's funny. You know, peak of human civilization, we're working on AI, and all anyone wants is the handle of the guy who shits on command. Wendy said, I thought he shat. Pedro says hi. Hi, Pedro. Good to see you. You caught me just at the beginning of stretch part of stream. Jelly. Eve, the Gemini, pole dances. That's the most I've seen on YouTube that's explicit. Well, pole dancing is also a it's like an exercise thing too. Wendy says, the bird? No, the bird doesn't shit. No, I think the human shits. The bird is very cute and says, I don't, Assalamu alaikum or something like that. I think that's right. Intentionally says, damn, breaking out the second board. For a baby bird, it's important. Shelly says, a bad blend of Jeter, what? Chris says, I almost don't want to mention his handle because I think it's its name. Well, Chris, consider that he's broadcasting this. So, you know, it's kind of on him. Unless he's not. Unless he's being forcibly. You're going to shit. on live stream. All right. Let's see what this looks. Yeah, that's nice, right? Do you like that? Feels good. Problem is, this isn't really, it's not a deep stretch for me anymore. You know? Like, this is like not even really doing it. Keep on dancing. Dun, 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 dun. See, it's a stretch right now, but in 10 seconds, this will just be normal. And I can hold myself up here. Oh. I don't really practice ranges of flexibility I can't maintain control in anymore. Wendy, no way. Jelly says, intentionally lost. It took me forever to see your profile. Is a cat. Me too. Oh my God. Wendy says, vote for Pedro. Nice. Good reference. Oh, he's a little grumpy face. Oh, intentionally says, it's my cat. His name is Lump. Oh. That's the cutest little lump I've ever seen. Chris says, he's a very good-looking guy. I guess that's why he gets away with it. It's not enough to be hot anymore. You gotta shit yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad I'm getting an education. You know, that's good. Respect says, I love pole dancing. Well, good, Respect. Then you'll love your birthday present, okay? See, I'm like a parrot. Now it's stuck in my head and I can't do shit about it. See, hamstring, very tiny. This is all like, well, this is like tendon and stuff. This is IT band and quad here. See, and I used to stretch my legs out straight a lot higher, but when my legs are straight, it's the maximum amount of shearing force against my back, right? Because the weight of my leg is all the way out here. So, and I don't kick anymore, so I don't really have a reason to push the hamstrings beyond this because I can't hold my leg up straight, you know, above, like the max height I can get is like kind of this angle above, you know, parallel with the floor. Jelly says, I can't find my glasses. Forgive me. Wendy says, Father, I have sinned. Well, then you're kicked out of this house, Wendy. God damn it. You're not kicked out, Wendy. I'm sorry. Please stay. Jelly says, that's a nice peach. Thank you. And I want to give you guys the peach you deserve, which is, this is not full potential peach. Today is the first day I really started doing like a glute focused exercise at all. A lot of stuff, what I do is like hips here, and I need to work on the hips here more because it develops that top line. So I'm just going to do that now. I'm just doing this It's like a tiny little shoulder fly. I wish you guys could see what's going on here, because it looks a lot better. It's a lot better, trust me. You have to take my word for it. Okay. Chris says, whoa, the angle. Kyle, we definitely need more glute checks every live. Streaming up my abs, your ABS. Jelly says he's dropping the angle of the dangle. Dangerous. Kyle, cheeks at 45-degree angle? This is next level. Good, Chris. I'm glad you like it. Informatory. Quick, where's the good position lube? Oh my God. What, Josh? Josh, hey Kyle, when you're doing a workout, dips, push-ups, pull-ups, always do 3 reps instead of pushing to failure, because failure fatigues your arms. Okay. Jelly says, fuck, I have to stretch my IT band every day. I'm sorry, Jelly. Chris says, it's not enough to be hot anymore. You have to shit your way to the top. A literal shit rocket is required. Jelly said, something in retracted. I mean, Josh, sorry, 2 people in my mind. Intentionally says, me when I'm too lazy to bend and clean a spill. Oh, I do that all the time. I will drop something and step on it and do a rond de jambe, okay? Rond de jambe. And you do little ones, right? Too bad Andy's probably not here. Jelly, it was an accident, respect. Oh, I see. Oh, there's this cute bird on my computer. God, I love birds. Christ. All right. Let's get a little upper body stretch, and then I gotta get dinner. It's almost 9. I wasn't expecting to go this late tonight. My stretching routine, since I go in 360 degrees, it's like I don't really need too many stretches. I just need to do like 4 or 5 things, and I'm pretty good. I'll do hips today too, because I hit them kind of hard, and because, you know, I think you'll like it. Respect says, it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. Chris says, do a what? Ronde. Oh, rond de jambe. Rond de jambe. It's ballet for, I can't remember. Round the something. It's R-O-N-D-E, rond de D-E, jambe, J-A-M-B-E. It's French. Je suis de la je n'ai pas la français. Adam pose. Oh, that'd be a funny picture. If I'm both Adam and God, that'd be funny. I'm gonna write that down. Write that on the board. And, God, finger, picture, both for me. Nice. Cool. Wendy says, Dr. Evil with a beard? I've gotten Dr. Evil. You already voted, Wendy, I think, right? Tell me if you haven't. Dr. Evil. Let's see. Evil. We have had Dr. Evil 13 times. Respect says, I was laying about the spill pickup and all eyes at the cake. I was lying about the spill pickup. I see. You're a drop the pencil kind of guy. Respect, right? I know the game. Informatory says, Kyle, you will curve out in the right position when you feel it's right up your alley. Yeah. Oh, laughing, Respect said. Jelly said, did you want to know, Respect? You probably wouldn't like it. I think Respect's a little bit tougher than you might think. Wendy says, right. Christopher says, is it like the moon shoe butterfly? Wushu. Chinese performance martial arts. No. I'll show you a Rondajam in full. I have twice, but you didn't need to know that. I'll let it go because it's your birthday. All right? I probably would have given you an extra vote for your birthday. Okay, I'm a generous guy. Okay, Rondajam is this in ballet. So usually it's going to be from something like 5th position, which is here. Okay? Now, a Rondajam at the bar is going to look like this. So you're going to start with a bend, right? 1, 2. And I'm making a wide circle, the widest circle I can. It's like reaching like this with your foot here. And then you do that to the back, right? You go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? You can do that on layer, which means in the air. You can lift it up, right? And around like that. Really works the hip socket pretty good. Oh, sorry, Wendy. Right. I'm sorry. Ishmaelite says, $100, the window shut. What does that mean? Respect says, wouldn't like what, Jelly? I'm lost again. Jelly says it's okay. Oh, Ishmaelite says, 1 punch. This ain't the Kumite. I think you mean Kumite. That's okay. I've survived the Kumite many times. And that's not a joke. I actually have. Chris says, toes stay pointed. Yes, in ballet, yes. They stay pointed. So, and it's turned out. So you go. See, where's Andy? He would love this shit. See, I'm too far. Here. So this is my foot straight on. You turn it out and present the heel at all times. So it's to the side instead of this, right? Because this doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing as this. I guess King Louis decided, right? So Rondajam 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm passing through. I'm going like this, like that. Rondajam. I don't get to do ballet content very often, so that's nice. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Midnight. How are you? You guys doing better after having to rush to the hospital the other night? Ishmaelite says, no fresh air in the room. Pork aroma? Long pork, maybe. Wendy says, the camera's facing a wall. You're very confident. Oh, yeah? Ishmaelite says, I'm a thumbs, but you bugging tonight with the glute maximus routine. Well, I appreciate you either way. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we're going to be building the money makers up a little bit more, okay? The guns steal the show, but I'm not very well conditioned in the legs. Where's the Iron Man? What does that mean? Midnight says, I'm worried about Kage and I'm exhausted. Why are you worried about him? Just because of the hospital visit? Intentionally says, you got social media we can follow? I'm on Instagram. I have not posted there really. I need to. But you can send me DMs. Yeah. I would think about doing threads, but I'm not a heavy social media person already. So I'm slowly growing. Well, part of it is like I have no fucking time. Like I work like a dog outside of stream. So Chris says Longborg. That's right. The Instagram is the same. The Mad King Kyle. I think it might be linked. Ishmaelite says glutes don't win fights, young blood. You know that's true. That's true. You know. I've already won fights, so you know I don't really need to optimize for that anymore. Wendy says you don't need to. Exactly. Midnight says, and he seems upset about the hotel. Well, I get it. Hey, Kage, how you doing? Wendy, trophies, yes. Yes, trophies. I could do the black belts too, but everyone thinks they're fake anyway, so who gives a shit? You know what I mean? How you feeling, Kage? Have you recovered at all? Was that just last night? Okay, you got them from Goodwill. Okay, yeah, and all of my black belts are from Amazon, and all the weapons training is all bullshit, and it's probably AI, right? Wendy's a brown belt. Okay. I mean, I guess I could get my name embroidered on a belt, but I honestly a lot of times prefer the one without the writing on it. But that was 10 years ago. Well, respect, here's your moment. For what? What? Oh, I need to do one more neck stretch. And I need to stretch my calves. I keep forgetting. Okay. Why did I do that? I don't know. Don't ask me why. Why is the wrong question. That was weird. Did you guys hear that? Kage says, I'm good. Just woke up from a nap. Good. Wendy says, do you do handstands or is that pointless? I don't. I've played with them, but it's so much tension overhead that it has the potential to like throw my neck out. So I probably could do them, but it's just not worth the risk because it's like so much weight overhead. And you know, the little shifts you have to do to balance is like those shifts are going to happen on my like in the back too, right? So these are things I have to consider because I was good at handstands. I actually I had a good scorpion handstand. It's not pointless. It's just right now I don't have the. I would want personally significantly more strength than it took to hold the handstand in order to train them normally. Informatory says, just keep it up when Kyle's ready. You losers. Ready for what? Ishmaelite says, can't be no lunge. Disrespectful. I literally don't understand what you're saying to me. What does that mean? Jacob says, bro, you don't really need belts to know martial arts. I know. And I got multiple belts well after I trained kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and all that other stuff. How's your night been, Kyle? Good, Midnight. It's been good. We've had a good stream. Did a leg workout, did some cardio, you know, trying to keep my heart healthy, not just the glamour muscles, you know. We got another brown belt in here. Respect says, moment. I think Ishmaelite is looking out the wrong eye. Ooh. Yeah, why don't you open your third eye? Intentionally says, Jacob prefers the Steven Seagal method. Yes. Lie about everything and put women that are half your age into the romantic interest roles in all of your movies. Spray paint your hair black. No one will know. Oh, it's 2026. I'm so tired of the charlatans from the fucking 80s. Wendy says, Flea from RHCP is 64 and does a walking handstand across the stage. It's incredible for his age. Yeah. And as long as he keeps doing it, he'll probably keep it. Respect. LOL. Wendy is a skid mark too. Respect calls brown belt skid marks. Ishmaelite crying my one eye. Christians in the building. You might as well just pull a random phrase out of a book and just post. I don't know what you're saying to me. Wendy says, respect. I've heard that one before. I'm guessing you're one as well. Chris says, we did some glute worshiping. Just some light glute worship. Jacob says, I've been getting better at calisthenics. Yeah? What's your favorite movement right now, Jacob? Ishmaelite says, 100 scleams, you can't do 50 push-ups. I can't. Respect says, no belt here. It's just the leather belt around his pants. Jilly says, is he referring to Christians as in Christianity? I don't know. Jacob says, handstand. It's not an upper body day, Jacob. Midnight says, thou shalt never kill those who worship the god from a Viking show. Oh, there was a good Viking show. I think it was called Vikings, right? I want to say it was on like HBO or something. What else was I going to do? I have to do top of feet. Wendy says, I could do 50 girl push-ups now. I think we should just call them, knee push-ups. Ishmaelite says, yes, because the hate of my disability. Ishmaelite, no one here will hate your disability. Respect says, look at his page. You will understand, Jelly. I'm all right, thanks. Midnight says, yep, with the crazy Loki god. Loki is one of my main characters. Chris says, Kyle, can you perform the muscle up? I don't think I can right now. I've done it before. It's that transition that I have the problem with. And some of it is because I'm trying to get my wrist strength up. So I might be able to in some time. Should I do a pull-up? Let's see how easy a single pull-up is for me. Informatory says, with those hot lips, Kyle, you need to do more mouth stuff. Like on stream, like eat strawberries and stuff. Like anything. Oral activities, thank you. How's your bone spur? It's permanent. I'm getting better at not fucking it up on purpose and passively keeping my hand level. Like I'm getting good. I'm very good at staying tense, so I can, this hand I'll let flop around, but this one I'll keep kind of rigid. So it's getting better. Respect says, I'm sorry, Ishmaelite. Midnight says, I have a ferret named Loki, based off the god, and now I have another ferret named Hela. Loki, or is it Helia? Loki's daughter. Is Hela really Loki's daughter? Interesting. That's cool. Loki's got a lot of offspring. Wendy says, this is the first time I've came here and the chat is not 10 minutes behind. Kyle mouth stuffs. Yeah, well, if I do a lot less talking, it helps. Okay. What was I was just gonna do something. Oh, a pull-up. Do I have ADHD? I don't know. Oh. I'm not gonna do a pull-up. It feels too good to stretch. I think next upper body day, we'll do some pull-ups and we'll see where we're at. What I really want, Chris, is a slow muscle up, right? Like super controlled through the whole thing. Intentionally, it was like 30 minutes behind earlier. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Jacob says, I'm not Steven Seagal. Good. Midnight said, no, had. Yes. Ishmaelite says, respect, I'm just playing. We're forever good. Jelly says, I got one of those getting out of the bathtub wrong. I'm glad it's getting better. Oh my God, Jelly. All these injuries. Wendy says, good night, Chat and Kyle. Thanks for singing for me. Of course, Wendy. Of course. Have a happy rest of your birthday is what I'm trying to say. I gotta get dinner here. Jacob says, bro, I do Jackie Chan martial arts. What does that mean? Stunt work? Chris says, those are hard to do slow. Yeah, exponentially harder. So, who knows if I think I'll eventually get there because I'm doing I'm doing a lot of dips and pulling. So maybe over time. Intentionally says, did you ever get into the Bowflex? I got the off-brand Blowflex. I got the Blowflex. Gosh, that's so funny. I don't even want to correct it. It was like a pseudo one where it was like a one all-in-one machine. I got it for a birthday when I was a teenager. Midnight says, my ferret Loki passed away. But now I have the ferret Hela. Oh, that's cute. Oh, they're cute little noodles. I like how wiggly they are and crazy. Jam says, my left arm is sunburnt from sitting in traffic. Damn, but I'm back. Kage says, I only woke up because of intense chest pain. Damn, dog. Horrible way to wake up. Kage, I wish I could just fucking heal you, Shit. Chris says, you can do the Cirque du Soleil type things? Not really. I mean, I've seen them do like some of the partnering work I probably could have done. But the hand balancing stuff, not really. I could do a handstand. I could take like 5 or 6 steps on my hands. I could do one-handed cartwheels. All kinds of handstands out of like one-handed handstands out of like, gosh, I want to show you, but I'd fuck myself up. Jacob says Kung Fu and Karate. Intentionally says Blowflex unlocked. That's a premium item there. Jelly says, I may have already had it though. Oh, the ER said I had a bone spur right in that area. I think it just sprained my hand so bad and everything got inflamed. And then they look, right? Duff Nug, have you ever steamed your yoni? What do you think I'm doing right now? You okay? Pedro says, it's very soft. Or it's small. Jelly says, are you okay, Kage? Kage's been going through it lately. And for that, I'm sorry, friend. Kage says, yeah, I'm good, Jelly. I just think it was my heart went out of rhythm. Nothing new, but it still sucks when it wakes me up, because I know it's bad then. Well, and it's always rough to be woken up with pain. I've done that before, where I've hurt my back rolling over, and then Oh, like, it's awful. Ishmael says, tricep reverse dip, feet elevated. If you can't do them, you need to step up core strength. Though I don't feel like if you elevate your feet though, you're taking your core out of it a lot. So I feel like it really takes less core strength. Jelly says, Jam, I feel you. I got a two-tone. Chris says, jelly makes me crave pastries. I think that's intentional. Intentionally, when do we get the crump stream? Oh my God. I can't do the rib displacement and not throw my back out. Every time I've crumped, I've thrown my back out. I'd have to do it real fucking slow. It doesn't hit as hard though. Man, I gotta go through my old crump music. Informatory says, some guys would like to hold you close. Yeah, really? And dive deep into those lips. Both ways, Kyle. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do have good lips. And that's one reason I don't love having a big beard, because it kind of obscures the lips. Jelly says, Chris, I tend to do that to people. Midnight says, Kage, babe. Ishmael says, you ain't got no wings, man. I know. They're baby wings. I need to grow them so I can fly away. How about the moonwalk? Oh, moonwalk's easy. That cobra. Jelly says, did Respect go to bed? He might have hidden the comments and is just sort of watching. Intentionally says, maybe you're more of a finger tut dude in your senior years. That's interesting. I've thought about it, but if I had like better wrist flexibility, I'd get better at, like I would want the hard angles for, I love the Instagram meme where it's like when your proctologist is a tutter and it's like, Jam says, I'm also just watching. I'm tired. Oh, I'm sorry, Jam. About 20 inches. Kage can't see my comment. Weird. Other people, a Glover, yes. Some people have been complaining about that tonight, where they can't see the comments that I'm reading. That's super weird. So it's clearly something on YouTube's side. LOL, I saw him. He can do a split though. That I can. I can do a split. Okay. I gotta eat. I cannot see Midnight's comments ever. What? What is happening? Well, I'm glad I read everybody's then. Intentionally says, yeah, I'm not seeing some of the stuff you're reading. And everyone's set to all comments? That's crazy. Chris says, yeah, me too. What? Am I hallucinating? Jam, are you real? Jam, you have to tell me, okay? Because if you're not real, I'm going to freak out. Intentionally says, good night, bye. Midnight says, yes, chicken. Chicken is Jam. Ishmael says, better than my comment. Jelly says, your biceps, they're bigger. Thank you, I've been bulking. I don't see a lot of comments you read. Jam says, I'm real, I promise. Oh, thank God. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, the biceps, they feel a little bit bigger. I'm at 14-inch arms now, up from like 13 and a quarter. So I'm not pumped up there, and I'm not holding as much water today. I'm feeling better. LOL, good night, shot. I'm tired too. I'm mixing this up. LOL, good night, Kyle and chat. Midnight says, Kyle, tell Kage I said I love you, babe. Kage, Midnight loves the hell out of you, okay? All right, well, I gotta go. Kage, please rest up. Be easy on yourself, okay? Lean on others for help, okay? Everyone wants you to be better. Ishmaelite says, so Monday glutes, huh? Today, we'll do glutes more often, but Kage says, well, I see that comment. Oh, okay, well, Well, then you got a double. Chris says, like some stuff. Jelly says, I don't know until you read them. I like jelly. I like jelly too. Jam says, bye. Chicken, bye. Chicken says, bye. Bok, bok. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Good night. I'll be streaming tomorrow night. We'll do something. You know the drill. Okay. Now remember, have a good night, Kyle. Thank you, Midnight. And thank you, Kage and Midnight, for joining us, even though you've got a million things going on. Night, Mr. Cheeks. Cheeky. Okay. I love you all. Mwah. 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 Kage says, all right, Kyle, nice talking with you. I'll see you tomorrow. Rest up, brother. No problem. Kyle, more kisses. Dr. Wang says, shit, missed it. I'm sorry, Dr. Wang. We'll be going live tomorrow too, so. Everyone give Dr. Wang a perusal, okay? If you need your extensions, get them now, right now. Midnight says same. Aw, thanks, you guys. Okay, I love you. Good night. We'll see you mañana. Chris says, bye, Wang. Bye, Wang. Mwah. A kiss for the Wang. Thank you, Informatory.